Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Guys, gather your
find these
supplies. Nobody's got a horse, so you just set out on foot. And I need, before we get started, somebody needs to be the navigator, which is survival-based macro directions to say we're heading east and ensuring that you keep heading east. This is also first in the marching order.
That should be either the ranger or the cartographer.
Yeah, the ranger probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can be a scout.
All right.
I got good perception.
Then I need a treasurer
Let
who
me.
will collect and keep notes of all the treasure and experience found during the adventure, and then divvy it up when you get back to town. Somebody good with addition, basic addition would be good here.
Do you want?
Eden was kind of nominated by our employer concerning the at least as
Yeah.
far as the monetary aspect is concerned.
Okay, I'll keep track of that.
And now I need a secret keeper. Somebody who's writing down all the lore, all the things you find.
Alright.
Who is the
Does it?
scout?
Howard.
The monk.
Who?
Doorstep's happy to write down the law. He's probably making songs all the time anyway.
That sounds like a plan. All right. And so with that, you head due east, as told to you by the survival roll of the ranger. Ranger,
Yes.
give me a survival roll. You set out, and you begin walking, and you walk about 4 hours. It's about 4 o'clock at night, and you look around, and it's just rolling hills, as far as the eye can see. To the south, you see grasslands, as well as to the north.
Okay.
And would you like to continue heading east, or would you like to kind of get your bearings so I can tell you where you live, where you're at on the map? It's up to you.
So
The map you have.
So we basically set out east from Phandalin.
Mm-hmm. I think your directions may be true, maybe not.
Yeah, I say we keep going east then.
Okay. Give me another survival roll. All right. You cross over a hill to the east, and you see standing off in the distance at the top of another hill some kind of a structure, an obelisk. It's big. It's like 30 foot across.
And if everyone
30
hasn't
foot
seen
high.
it, I'm gonna let everyone know that there's some kind of weird obelisk over there.
Doorstep smells evil to be conquered.
I'll scout it out.
To the miners.
I'm gonna scout it out
what
also.
the
I have
plan
a-
looks like.
Pretty high stealth.
Did the miners
Got a
what?
job to do.
We've got a job to do, boys.
Alright, so we'll scout this out.
Okay. You don't see
okay.
any trouble between you and it's about 200 yards away. Or no, it's about 400 yards away. So it wouldn't take you very far out of your path. You don't see any trouble as you walk through these hills and come back and report back.
Ranger, you want to be sneaky about this scouting?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
And then we're going to be rolling perception too.
Doorstep
Critical success.
shouts out and asks the obelisk if it's friendly.
I'm
The obelisk says nothing. So is everybody going or just these two?
just the scouts.
Just
Okay.
the scouts. They've got a critical success on perception.
No, you use the left number.
Ah, okay.
The second number is for advantage. If you had advantage, you'd use the higher of the two. It makes a second roll in case you've got advantage. In all of the situations, use the left number. So you guys sneak up to this obelisk, and as you get there, it appears to be kind of a ziggurat shape. It comes to a, not really a point, but a much narrower top than the bottom. It seems to be about 30 feet tall and about 40 feet wide at the base.
I'm sketching this out.
Is there doors to it or anything?
Yes, you do find a door on the north side. It appears to be up about 3 steps they're very big steps. They're like, a normal step's maybe 6 inches. These are like 9 or 10 inches. 1, 2, 3. So as you look eye level with it, you're almost looking level with the top step. Well, I guess you're pretty tall, so you're seeing above it, but yeah. You can easily climb up it.
Late in the day is it?
It's about 4 o'clock.
Is the door opened or shut?
The door actually appears to be broken down. And as you look around, you notice that this is not a fine obelisk. It seems to be very old. There's cracks in the walls. Some of them big enough you could look into.
I'm gonna look for kind of like tracking, looking for footsteps, whatnot. If anyone's been around.
You don't see any footsteps. You certainly see animal tracks. But if you looked anywhere kind of in these hills, you would find the similar animal tracks. It doesn't seem to be like there have been many animals around here. They're certainly not afraid of it. Animals certainly could have bedded down inside of it, and have in the past.
Alright.
Would it be
Wanna
reasonable
go back?
to use
Take
it as a
this.
shelter for the night?
What was
What was that?
Would it be reasonable to use it as a shelter for the night?
You could scout it out more.
Doorstep agrees and goes to investigate himself.
I'm watching over the miner we're charged with protecting.
Okay.
So is Aiden.
The miners say to you in their deep dwarf voices, "Looks like fine stonework. We'd like to see it, but we'd also like to get a move on." Seems like this kind of thing usually is dangerous. Of course, they're commoners, so everything's dangerous.
Yeah, but we will have to camp for the night. So and
It's only
we will
from the
most
afternoon.
likely not reach the mine before we have to make camp. So what I'm thinking is that stonework would protect us. It would make watching the entrance and guarding the camp much
I'd
easier
say
compared
be
to an open air camp.
I said it'd be better to go to the mine and
The
camp
mine
there.
will not be within range.
It's half a day's there and back.
They look
Yeah.
at you and they say, "This is a half-day's trip. You're burning daylight. If you mess around here, we're certainly not going to get to the mine tonight. But we could keep walking."
If we made it there tonight, then I think it'd be a little bit safer there since it's not abandoned. But I've made note of it
I
on my
vote to
little
go to
map.
mine.
Yeah, I made note of it on my little map. We can come back to it.
okay. If we can find it again, then it's definitely worth investigating once we finish the two minor strips.
So
Before we leave.
I'm gonna let you, Monk.
I also have Wonder too, so we'll be able to find this place again.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna let you, Howard, draw a point on the map where you think you are right now.
Alright.
But Wanderer would allow him to find the way again anyway, if I'm not mistaken.
I got
Yeah.
a permit.
But if you leave without him, I mean, Howard's making a map, so he gets to mark it down on his map.
Could I do a religion check on the ziggurat?
You certainly could.
See.
Howard
Not
knocks loudly on the outside to see if anyone's in.
Donk, donk, donk. No answer. Alright, let me tell you what your religion check
Alright.
finds.
How far you think we've been walking, Ranger?
Huh?
How far you think we've been walking? Like 4 hours, right?
Yeah, 4 hours. So was it like?
You travel
I
24
don't know.
miles in 10 hours of walking. So maybe 10 miles you've traveled.
Oh. So we went straight east, west,
Straight east, yeah.
straight east.
Well, obviously not if
Phandalin.
we're not on mountains.
And
Yeah.
north and south is rolling plain,
So we went.
not so much hills. So we're still inside that chain.
So we went
If,
straight
if
east.
you went east.
Yeah, we kind of have to go east because otherwise the description of north and south being plains would not fit any longer.
Do you think this might be correct? Or no?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is Phandalin, and he said we went straight east. He was the navigator.
We tried to go straight east. The navigator's probably not got a good roll. Or something like
You got
that.
like a 10.
And the description of the land to the south and north was flat land, no rolling.
Okay.
I don't know.
You could also have gone in circles.
That's true.
Going up.
was
alright.
Ranger
What
here.
was the religion roll?
I have to check.
Oh, obelisk.
Okay.
Straight east. According to the ranger, he's navigating. And he's got Wanderer, so I'm gonna take his word over you guys.
Okay.
Oh, why the
Oh, I
hell is
can
that?
roll a-
Uh,
I'll roll a religion too. I got proficiency in it.
what is this big blob of yellow stuff?
That is my obelisk.
Ah,
Okay. So here's what you find from your religion check. Would somebody like to roll a history as well so I can kind of tie them together?
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
I can certainly do that.
Okay. Doorstep has heard songs that some of the earliest settlers in this area built kind of. They were like warlords, so they built tribes of people who lived. This may have been kind of a micro city where a tribe lived and kind of stored their treasure and things like that. Many of those tribes, Phandalin started as one of the larger ones, but they were scattered throughout the landscape. That's all you can know from that. As far as religion, you don't see any immediate religious markers. It's just outside of a stone building.
Well, I think we should head towards the mines further.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep going east.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell a story about the defensive properties of a structure like that.
All right, give me another. Oh, you already gave me your survival check for the next one. So, what I was doing was before that second survival. Now he's making that second survival roll. As you get to this obelisk, you look around. You can actually see Phandalin about a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you've just kind of gone and you like walked out east. You took some paths up and down between mountains, followed some streams, and ended up not making very good progress at all. you're most likely it's kind of to the northwest.
You're a terrible ranger.
This is
So-
embarrassing.
We have to replace the
Northwest?
structure on the map.
Yeah. Like a mile.
Now you know where you are. You're like there. Yeah. Like, now, let's go like right there, so it's not covering up Phandalin. There's your ziggurat.
Alright.
So we might have to stay here tonight.
Yeah. I might.
If we're a mile out of town, we may as
Yeah.
well just head back to town.
Yeah.
No, that would be way more embarrassing.
It would be embarrassing, but it would be safer.
There you
But
go.
Doorstep, Doorstep doesn't want to not. If we're going to do this mundane, boring job, the least we can do is, press on. So, he doesn't want to go back to Phandalin until we can return as mighty heroes.
Let's
Or
check
at
out
least with the
this.
job done.
So Archie just wants to confirm that you want to look for something we don't know exactly where it is. In night, in land we don't know. Did you see in the dark? Because I don't.
We have people that can see in the dark.
Are they our scouts and navigators?
I'm dragging.
Our rogue is our ranger is an elf. Are you not?
Yep.
So he can see in the dark.
Oh, I hope he sees better in the dark than he does during the day.
Shots fired. So for adding
Where?
this location to the map, for finding it and spreading the knowledge of its existence to other adventurers, which I assume you're going to do, you can collect experience, and you'll get 100 experience split between all of you.
How many
So-
people?
Treasure keeper, just write down 100 experience, and then we'll divide it up at the end.
Got it.
So what's the
And
plan?
give us a shout
Milo.
if we reach 1,200.
You won't be able to level up until you take a couple days rest in Phandalin.
Yeah. But still, it would be nice to know.
Okay.
Are we pushing on? Are we going back? Are we staying here? I see those as the three options.
I say we spend the night in the
How long would the
obelisk.
trip have taken?
Half a day.
Well, it was 4 o'clock when we
One
were at
mile
the
will take
obelisk.
us probably an hour to walk, I imagine.
It took
Something
us.
like.
We left at what time did we leave? 12?
Yeah, but
1
we're-
o'clock.
1 o'clock? Alright, well, it took us like
We go
3 hours.
2.4 miles an hour. Is that correct? If we go straight
Oh.
line.
We went.
Yeah, that's right.
Then
Yeah.
If we
So
go
we
in
could be
straight
back
line-
home
we
in
can
half
do
an
it.
hour.
We can do it within twilight or early evening. Press on.
All right, let's have a go. What's the worst that happens?
We get lost in the dark.
So where are the boats?
Excellent.
It's the ranger's fault if we do.
Ranger, give me a direction.
Give us a survivor check.
He's already made it.
Ah, okay.
Give me a direction.
Which way? The mines were east, right?
Mm-hmm. They're still pretty much east.
Alright, so we go east.
Okay. You walk for, let's see, you walk for about 2 more hours, and you come upon a stream. And at this stream, you see a woman with 2 children who are panning for gold. They have a small tent set up. The children are playing in the water, and she's got her, pan out, shaking it.
How far we walk?
2 hours.
2 hours.
5 miles, roughly.
Maybe we should stop and ask for directions.
The stream was one of the landmarks the Minus Guild owner mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll walk up to the woman.
I'll draw your stream in for you. Oh, you got it. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, it's tiny. It's just a stream. So you walk to the woman, and she looks up startled.
I'm like,
She says,
sorry.
what are you doing here? Please, you can have my gold. Please don't hurt my children.
That's not my intention. I'm sorry to disturb you. We're just looking for directions to the mine.
To the big mine?
That's the one we're looking for.
About this time, the dwarves pipe up and say, "We're not going to the big mine."
And what mine is it? I yell back.
He says, "The one we're going to is about. It's a stone's throw away from the big mine. It's inside of a hill, about a mile west of the big mine. If you go to the
And
big
we are
mine,
going to the big mine, aren't we?
I'd like to,
if you go to the big mine, you've gone too far east, and it gets real dangerous over there."
Yeah, so if we head for the big mine, will you be able to tell us where we're there before we get there?
Maybe.
They should know the landmarks around their mine.
Okay.
I
I
show her
turn back.
the map
Say-
and be like, alright, where?
They don't know how to read the map. They can't point to it on the map. They just know kind of
Okay.
the general area of it.
Okay. Well, could you give us directions to the big mine, and hopefully we'll find this other place before we reach there.
She says, "Yeah, the big mine. If you follow this stream straight up until it stops being, until like it comes to the confluence of another stream. So essentially, this stream goes north to south. You follow it north, another stream will flow into it. You take the other, you go kind of at the fork. You go straight through the fork of those two streams. There's a big hill there, and on the other side of that hill is the mine. Did you get that?
Yep.
I'll relay that to the dwarven miners that we've got and see what they think about the direction towards.
Straight through the fork to the next hill.
They say, yeah, it is near the confluence of two rivers, but which two rivers?
Yeah, we'll head in that direction and yeah.
Okay. So you follow the stream
Cross
north.
the stream and then straight through the fork of the second stream. Was that what they said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just walk up the hill. So you got two streams that are coming out of two valleys, and the mountain
up
in
in it.
between the two valleys is the mountain with the big mine.
Yeah, I'm not catching that. Sorry. Does anyone understand?
She takes a
Those
stick and
directions.
draws in the dirt.
There's a big mountain, and on either side of the mountain
I
is
do
two
understand
streams.
She draws in the dirt and she says, "This is the stream that you're on here. This is us. Look at the bottom of the screen you're on. At some point, another stream will become, there'll be a confluence. Now these are all mountains, right? These are all big hills. Hill over here, valley, hill over here, hill over here, hills down here, hills everywhere, right? This one right here is the big mine.
So we
Yeah.
don't.
And we're traveling.
You are an artist of
Like in that
unparalleled beauty.
She smiles. Yes. You're traveling north along the stream till you find the confluence of the rivers. Then you go into the hill on either the stream flows out of.
I get the dwarves to have a look at the image she's drawn out and see if they recognize anything.
They say, yeah, this looks to be pretty accurate. I mean, everybody who's mining in this area kind of knows the area by landmarks. They recognize the mountains.
Do you know which mine we're going to is on this drawing?
The middle one.
No,
That's
we're
the
not
big
going
mine.
for the big one.
Somewhere
Yeah.
around this.
That's a mile west of that.
Somewhere around this. Yeah, mile west.
That's the big one. Oh, you're asking for which hill
Yeah, I'm
They're
asking if
mining
the
it.
dwarves know
Yeah,
which
they're-
hill it's on.
They're mining at this hill
Okay. So we just have to stop before we reach.
on that side of
We'll
it.
have to go across the river.
Yeah, we'll follow the left branch of the river. Let's do it.
There you go.
A plan. Doorstep
Never mind.
surges forward.
That seems to be a pretty good plan. Is that the plan then? You're gonna follow it north till you see the river split off?
Yep.
Yes.
Then follow the left side of the
Sounds
left river.
like a plan.
Okay. You walk north for just an hour or so. It is now. Where's my timer? Where's my clock? So you left at 12. You walked east for 4 hours, and you walked east for 2 hours. Now you've walked north for 1. It's 7 p.m. Dusk is beginning to set. You come to the confluence of two rivers.
Well, we follow the left branch, huh?
Okay.
It's pretty dark.
You've got probably
Not
another
far.
30 minutes of sunlight.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can
well,
do it.
Let's keep walking.
Okay.
No use wasting daylight.
All right. At this point, give me another perception check. Just from the scout. Are you the scout?
Yeah, I get. I don't know.
No, I'm the scout.
Brit,
Okay.
You just
All right.
navigate.
And you head up the stream, and on the other side of this mountain right here, as you kind of cross the stream, because your eyes are, I mean, you're looking for everything, you see something about 50 yards away. Looks to be something sticking up out of the ground. This is kind of the best you can see. It's pretty small, but
Is it that guy with the straw hat and the sword?
I mean, it's just off to your left. It's like 30 seconds away.
Alright, well, take a look.
Okay.
Sneaky like.
You approach it. Not going to be very sneaky because you've got like miners and I mean everybody's pretty close to it. As you approach, you see looks to be a large stone that is. It's not shaped like a normal stone. It's not like a boulder, but it's kind of a long and thin, like maybe it was the base of an obelisk or something like that. It's about 2 feet wide and maybe 3 feet tall. Around it are stones that clearly were broken off the obelisk. They're all kind of this same make, same stone type. And because you're so perceptive, you see something that is meant to be written, carved out of the corner of your eye. You catch something written on it.
What's it say?
I will tell you.
I try if I know this type of obelisk, whether via religion or arcana, as configuration for something.
You could certainly roll either one.
is it? Do we know it's the same sort of base as the other obelisk?
The other obelisk was a ziggurat, not an obelisk.
Oh,
It's a ziggurat.
Ziggurat's like the Aztecs built.
Oh,
An obelisk is like the Washington
Pointy.
Monument.
yeah.
Okay, failed the arcana check, most likely failed the religion check as well.
I'm just trying to read it.
Aiden's obviously the more intelligent of the warlocks.
Dwarves know about stonework, right? I don't know.
Yeah, dwarves get advantage on any stonework checks.
Do we have any dwarves? Probably not.
We got
We've got
two
miners.
Yeah, they're miners though, man. They got a bad attitude.
Hey, they might already know it from coming here before.
Yeah.
All right, I will tell you what you see. You see a very specific arrangement of letters. I'm going to actually do it on a separate page and then just... Actually, I'm going to do it in Photoshop real quick and then just send it to you all on Skype. That would be much easier.
Okay.
It says... Oh, this is going to be fun.
Hmm.
It's very specific what it says. Very specific.
Huh?
Hold on. I'm having to write some poetry here. Give me a second.
Poetry or riddle?
It's got a rhyme, though.
A rhyming dictionary.
Don't use orange.
Got a wardrobe with an orange robe. Okay. Yep. All right. Here you go. Here's what you get. Select all. Copy. Carved into the stone. You read, let us make the bigger less. If we grow it, he says, more will catch fire. And you
Clearly,
have no idea what this means.
clearly an illiterate barbarian wrote this, because that makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. And you are all welcome to take this and try to figure it out over the next week during your downtime in real life. But your characters probably will not automatically solve it. As far as your religion checks, this doesn't seem to be religious. As far as your arcana check, you know nothing. 21, though, you're pretty sure it's not religious in nature. And this is carved into the stone, just like this, at the base, with nothing else written on it.
Archie's probably asking the dwarfs in Dwarvish, like, carvings like that, they common on stones like these?
Have there been any fires in the mines?
Says this is clearly not of Dwarvish make. Our stone is, we build in mountains and mines and things like that. We don't place stones above ground just to place them and carve on them.
What language is it in?
Common.
Common.
Well, no sense dwelling on it. It's probably just an old statue or something that's fallen down for now.
Would you like to put it on the map?
Me or the map maker?
Either one.
Yeah, because
I'd like to make a sketch of that right there.
Make a relief of it. Like
Yeah.
Take paper and pencils, charcoal, chalk, whatever. It's like scratch it off so you have an exact replica.
Yep.
Do
Okay.
you have any chalk? Would you like some?
Cartographer tools.
That'll do.
There's charcoal.
Okay. You have an exact replica of this. And you could certainly draw it on the map if you liked.
Alright. Well, it's kind of... small.
Yeah, so when I take this map into in between sessions, all these things get just little pinpoints. So right now we're just drawing on them for convenience sake. So this thing's like right there.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job.
Alright.
Let's make for the mines, eh?
Yep.
All right. You continue down this this river. Give me another perception check. So you guys spent. It's dark now. You perceive that it's dark. Good rolls though.
Crit and a fail. Alright. Guys?
So
I think it's dark.
Doorstep casts light on his longsword.
Okay. What's it look like when you cast light?
Doorstep mutters something totally incomprehensible, and then a glow begins to emanate from the hilt of his sword, gradually increasing in intensity and moving up the length of the blade until it casts quite a bright light, a relatively large distance, and then
20
Doorstep
feet.
grins to himself, satisfied.
Wonderful.
Doorstep waves his shining sword above his head and says, "We can carry on now, friends."
Thank heavens.
It's not
No,
like we
thank Doorstep.
characters with dark vision.
Okay, so you're going to carry on.
Yes.
Okay. How long are you going to walk for?
So we're at the... We're at the fork of the river yet?
You're just off the fork of the river. You've just passed it. Okay, we can
went
just
to-
say you're at the fork of the river.
Okay,
Just
well, we've-
off the fork, you saw this obelisk. You haven't started walking again since then. Took you 30 minutes to figure out the obelisk.
Okay.
The beautiful artist lady told us to go left.
Yeah, we go left until we get to the hill, I believe it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long are you gonna walk to
Well,
find this hill?
until-
It's dark. You don't see any hills off in the distance. It's dark.
Okay, I guess we walk for 15 minutes. And check again.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not the ranger. The ranger's probably got good night vision and stuff like that.
Not several hundred feet away. Not of hilltops that are half a mile away or whatever.
Okay.
He can see 60 feet.
I thought the warrior was supposed to be the, or the fighter was supposed to be the navigator.
I think they
You know
decided
what-
it was the ranger.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
'cause
ranger's
it was
got
a,
yeah.
tracking.
Survival roll. So,
Yeah.
yeah, like, so we cross the stream. Yeah, let's go 15 minutes at a time. And when I think we're heading uphill, I guess I'll say, hey, maybe we should pause the caravan and send the scouts out to scout and see if they
Okay.
could find this mine.
Well, you're pretty constantly heading uphill. The river's flowing. It's not like a steep incline. You would probably say it's like a quarter-inch incline per mile. Like it's just barely uphill. You perceive this with your scouting as you go up and you look back down. You see this light off in the distance. You see that you're a little bit higher. Then you come back and you tell everybody, we're slightly uphill, still going uphill. So you walk for 15 minutes. He comes back and he says, we're going uphill. Now what?
Hills are a good
Gents.
sign. The woman mentioned hills. Forwards.
I really reckon we should make camp because we're not gonna get anywhere.
Whereas like
Probably
that
go
fall on
past
the-
it.
Yeah. Let's
We'll end up at the big
pull
cave.
up camp then. Yeah.
Okay, you make camp in the dark.
I think so, yes.
All right. Probably for 6 people, probably takes you an hour and a half to set up camp.
Sounds fair.
Okay. Are you going to go to sleep now?
So I have watches.
Watches.
Okay.
I'll take like mid or something because I can wake up
Recommended.
without armor.
Recommended for perception-based checks is to have people with dark vision take the latest watches. It's completely dark now.
I've got dark vision.
Okay. Which watch do you want? Looks like there will be 6 watches over like 8 hours. So hour and a
Doorstep
half each.
Give
Doorstep
me-
takes the final watch.
Okay.
I'd like to take the first
no,
watch so I don't have to fuck around taking my armor off
I take
and
second
then
watch.
putting it back on.
I take
Sorry.
second watch.
Okay.
So,
What was the character
who
name
was
in
that?
first watch?
Archie first. Who was
Okay.
second?
Eli.
Eli second.
Who's third?
Who's got dark vision?
I'll go third.
Okay. Kim,
Aiden will go second last.
I guess I'll go last.
you'll go fourth. The monk goes fourth, Aiden goes fifth, and Doorstep goes sixth. Alright, you set up camp, and you begin to sleep. The night passes uneventfully, and dawn breaks. It is now the 30th of March. Take a ration off. The weather today seems to be calmer than normal. Everybody tell me your passive intelligence. Just give me your intelligence modifier.
0.
1.
1.
0.
0.
Can't do a wisdom one.
Okay. It seems to be very, very calm. And
Are you
break
saying?
camp.
Are we saying that like calm as in the weather's calm, or calm as in like the animals are calm? No birds singing and normal animal sounds aren't happening, that kind of thing.
No. There's certainly you hear the normal sounds of nature. They do seem to be subdued, but everything seems to be appearing as you might expect. Just maybe not quite as many of them.
Doorstep is perturbed by the lack of ambient sound, so he blows loudly on his horn repeatedly until he's satisfied that there's been enough noise.
Okay.
God damn it, Doorstep.
And blows 5 or 6 times and then nods to himself and continues to pack up camp.
Okay. You pack up camp. It's about 6 a.m.
I guess
And
we
you
continue
see
following
off
this
in the distance the two streams, and you can see where they flow into the valleys around this big this center mountain. And you believe you could walk directly to the valley between them.
Okay.
All right. Is that the plan?
Perfect, yes.
Okay, you walk for an hour. You arrive at the point where the stream flows in the valley between the two mountains.
This is their stop, isn't it?
No, we go west from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
West. Okay.
I think. I don't know. What
Yeah.
did she say?
It's west
Yeah, 'cause-
for a mile.
It's
Straight
west
through the
from the
fork to the next
big
town
mine.
was where the thing was.
Yeah.
And then it was west of that, so...
Okay. So what you can do is you can start a search, kind of all over this hill and to the west, and
Okay.
see how quickly you find it. So you start searching this mountain to the left.
Is that perception?
No, you find it after 3 hours. You've already got,
Cool.
I mean, you know exactly where you're looking. And what you see is kind of this, just a hole dug out of the hill that goes maybe 6 feet in. And the miners say, well, this is our stop. And they hop off, keep the wagon there, because they keep the horses there, the mules that are carrying the wagon, and they go inside. You see the tent inside where they set up camp. You see a fire pit. And they say, well, that'll be it for us.
It's a pleasure.
Is our job just to escort, or
Yeah, we gotta go back.
Yeah, we got
I think they
to.
Pick
Well,
up.
we've
don't
got
need
the
that.
opportunity
Someone
to double our money by picking someone up here. We just got to work out who's got the most money here and take them back.
is there anyone else here?
Well,
You could
Said that we
explore
would
the
have to
area.
Pick up someone.
Let's explore then. Look around.
Okay.
Are we not going? Are we not going into the mine to smite evil?
It's a mine.
There was no problem with this mine. I think the
big mine
note
was
is
the one-
unrelated to the actual
I
mission
think
that
the
we got
big
sent
mine
on.
is related to the note.
We should go to the big mine then and rescue the people in distress.
Who'd the note come from?
It's not our job.
Maybe
We
it's
did,
someone who
uh,
wants us dead.
Yeah, we didn't take. No. We're going back.
Innocents are in danger.
We should at least visit it so that so that we can find it again in a hurry.
Indeed.
Alright.
But whether we just do that on our way back or
What kind of
Yeah.
majestic heroes would we be if we didn't do everything we could to help those in need?
We have a job.
I think we should at least stop by there so we get the idea of where it is. And then we can decide then whether we...
then we might as well just check the first couple of rooms.
An adventurer after doorstep's own heart.
Actually, we should stay on job description.
Yep.
She warned us
That's true.
about being adventurers and going off and doing God
We
knows
said-
what.
We agreed
Yeah,
to
but
that.
we have to find the person we're supposed to deliver back to her. That's the minimum we have to do.
Since
No, we
when
just
did
had to
adventuring
deliver these
heroes
people.
ever do
And
the minimum?
just out of character or whatever. Like, what was the note again? It was something like rescue people from that big mine or something. I didn't write anything down, so I've forgotten already.
I don't know.
Lord Keeper.
Presumably we still have the note, don't we?
You do still have the note.
Read it.
Somebody read it.
It says, please help in mines.
That was clearly from Holly.
I doubt
That
it.
was from Holly.
Can I try to roll and persuade them to go to the big mine?
No.
Just because you know I'd win the roll.
Because we don't do persuasion rolls against player characters.
Ah.
You have to persuade us with words, not a roll.
Let's
I
just
leave it up
get the
to a
job
coin
done.
flip.
Stay on task. Get the job done. That's my vote. Let's vote on it.
Yeah, I vote for the job.
Ranger.
Don't matter. We can go wherever.
I say flip a coin.
You know your way back to the ziggurat, and you expect that it's only been the night. The woman's probably still at the stream on the way there. It's always an option. These are unexplored locations. You didn't see any human footprints or anything around that ziggurat. Nobody's been in there in at least
So
a
that-
couple of rains.
That was like 2 for go home, 1 for go in the cave, 1 for I don't care, and then 1 for flip a coin.
What?
Oh, you know what? I changed it. 2 to go in the cave.
Let's flip the coin.
Yep, let's flip it.
Is that 1d2?
1 is cave,
No.
2 is
1 is the
home.
cave, 2 is the...
Wait, we can only do a 1. We can. The lowest I can do is a 1d4. So 1 or
Next
2.
Type
No, you
roll 1d2.
One is the cave.
Ah!
Going back.
What was 2?
down.
Doorstep
Fates have
is
decided.
full.
Let's
fair.
find a dwarf around here that we can take back. Because that nets us another 30 gold, doesn't it?
Part of the contract is to bring somebody back.
That's what the contract said.
Yep.
Let's
Yeah,
find someone to bring back.
Is it someone specific we're bringing back, or just someone?
Yeah,
Largest
anyone.
bounty.
We were supposed to bring someone back. She never specified it any further, but she said they would be waiting for us to take it back.
Yeah, well, we
Carry on.
search for someone waiting for us.
They'll be
Yeah.
They'll just be filling their wagon up,
Yeah.
and they'll still be mining, I'm sure. And somebody who's like 75% full would probably say, "Yeah, let's go back."
Let's do it.
Alright.
All
Do
right.
we, how do
How
we
long-
decide who's got the most coinage that we're taking back?
The coin, it doesn't matter. We're being paid flat. Unless
No,
we
I
want to
mean,
murder the miners.
Who's got the most bounty? And by that I mean who's collected the most gold. That's
You'll
who
have
she
to
wants
find
back.
somebody who's willing to go back.
Willing to
Somebody
go
who's
back.
just started is not going to be ready to go back.
Yeah, let's just grab person willing to go back.
Wait for
Okay.
look for people loading wagons. I'd
Okay.
say. Let's go do perceptions or just walk around and look for them.
Yeah, let's look for the dirtiest dwarf.
Spam it.
Who's the dirtiest of the dwarves?
Yeah, because they've been digging the hardest, or prospecting the hardest.
Not necessarily. Not if if someone got lucky in a river, then they might be clean. But still,
I
Yeah,
guess
and
I'm
then-
saying I'd like to investigate the area and find out who's ready to go back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. How long
like-
would you like to look around for?
3 hours.
at the very least 2 hours.
Okay.
3 hours sounds good to me.
Give me a perception check.
Everyone?
Everybody?
The scout, primarily.
Scouts.
Okay.
Other
You look
scout.
around. You look around for 2 hours. Find no one. You just kind of carve out the area around you.
Let's take that 75% guy. Should now be like 110%.
Which 75% guy?
So
One
this guy
you
loading up a
mentioned
wagon.
first.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you found somebody who was like 75%, he would want to go back. You haven't found him. All you found is a woman who doesn't even have a wagon. You can
Yeah,
certainly take her back, but she doesn't have very much gold.
Hey, how about somebody else help look? Look, like another hour or two?
Well,
I have to. Let's look at like another hour.
prospectors are mostly hanging around streams, as I would imagine. So,
Oh, there's streams and hills.
Hey,
so-
if these guys are waiting to go back, shouldn't they be looking for us?
Nobody's waiting to go back. I
Well-
mean, they're all mining.
Then
let's go.
down.
in.
we're just
into
gonna
Then
walk
let's
to
go
every
into the
person
mine.
and
If
and
we
ask
don't
them if they're
find
ready to
somebody-
go, or
You got to find
Yeah.
somebody.
Well, let's
Yes.
follow the people
Let's
that
go
we
into
just
the
dropped
mine.
off.
If we don't have anybody
think-
who's willing to go back yet, we can
We just
explore
take-
the mine.
I think we could, or we could just take that woman, because isn't the guild paying, not the woman?
Yeah.
Isn't there a whole army of dwarves in the mine that we just dropped these guys off at?
Yeah.
Can't we just go in there and
Yeah.
grab one who's ready to go? I'm sure one of them's ready to go.
Definitely.
No,
Or
we
is-
did
or
not
where we
find
search-
anybody. We
Well,
searched
it's not
for
a,
an
um,
hour.
We didn't
It's
go
a-
inside.
It's a dried up mine, so there wouldn't be a lot of people there.
Yeah, so let's face it, we can explore and wait for a bit so that someone might get ready. Or we
Why
can
would they want to
back-
go to a dried up mine? If anything, they
They
just
just
tell
On the
people
off
that.
chance that they find something.
Yeah, it's
They're all-
still gold.
Or they're just-
around.
They're after table scraps. Let's go grab that woman. That's the best we're gonna do.
Okay.
Hopefully she actually wants to leave, and then we'll go through the ziggurat. I think it's the best we can do, isn't it, gents?
Yeah.
Archie's pretty happy with that. Starts loading up whatever
Okay.
we're taking.
All right. You walk back down the stream. You arrive at her location after just an hour. And she's
Anyone any good at
she's-
following tracks? Sorry, go
the
on.
Wanderers knows exactly where to go.
Excellent.
You arrive. You see her out there panning for gold again. She's got a small cloth laid out on the ground next to her with a couple of gold nuggets in it.
I suppose we ask her if she'd like an escort back to town.
She says, "Oh yes, I'd love an escort back to town.
Excellent.
But who's paying?"
Guild.
Apparently the
He's in
guild.
the guild.
I'm not a member. Please don't tell him you saw me here.
Arrest
I'm very
Arrest
poor and I'm
me.
trying to provide for my family.
Uh-huh.
She says, but if you would like to find people who are also mining these areas, the streams are a great place to look.
Awesome.
And there was no one on that left fork of the stream.
No, not there. You only walked like an hour up. You walked like 2 miles. If you kept walking, you might find somebody.
Well, we searched for like 3 hours.
Yeah, but you
In the
searched.
cave.
You like walked around the mountains, stood on top of mountains and looked out.
Doorstep is appalled that such a beautiful creature could possibly live in poverty, so he gives her 15 gold.
Okay.
How much money do you have?
Enough.
No, he doesn't. How much money do you have? I gotta check your character sheet.
I have loads. Bounty hunters come with like loads and loads of gold.
Seriously?
Yeah. I start with
How
35
much?
gold.
Cool. I know you spent a lot already. All right,
Plus,
fine. You give.
plus a pouch with another 10 from previous bounties. So I'm loaded.
Cool. You
Dump
you
'em.
give her 15 gold, and she says, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Is there any more?
Is there any more?
Any more of what?
Any more
She
gold?"
can do.
Well, possibly in the stream, but you'd have to pan for it. Ha! And he pats her on the head.
Says, "Ah, yes. Then I'd better be getting back to it."
Alright.
Let's look for someone
Just
else.
go look for some more dudes. Yep,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Would you like to follow the stream?
Yes.
Which direction? North, northwest, or south?
Yes.
Yes.
North, northwest, south.
Would they be towards the bigger mine? Or?
South.
Navigator.
Yeah, we can go south.
Okay. So you're just gonna walk till you find somebody south?
Well, looks like they were in that long.
That you know of.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Navigator, give me a 1d4. Okay, you walk for 3 hours.
You find anyone?
Let me tell you. Yeah, you find somebody. You find, off to the distance, you see a hill with another hole dug into it, much like the one that was dug into the hill to the north.
Nice. Finally.
Would you like to approach?
Yeah, I go towards him and we ask
Did
him
I
if he's looking
drop
for a
from
lift
the
back.
wall again? Sage?
What?
Ah, okay. I was kind of freaking out because I thought I dropped from the call again.
No.
Ah, okay.
So you approach this this other mine. Give me a Navigator. Give me a 1d100 plus 20.
Da.
Okay. You look in his cart. There appears to be about 45 gold pieces worth of gold nuggets in his cart. You hear picking sounds coming from inside the hill.
Hello in there, Hillman!
A dwarf emerges and wipes his sweaty brow. What?
Do you need safe passage back to town?
He looks in his cart. He says, "Well, it's only 4 o'clock. Yeah, I could go back tomorrow."
Yeah, so should we just camp so he can finish his work?
How,
Or Fizz at that big cave?
would we make it to the ziggurat and back?
Do whatever we want.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. You know exactly the way to get back to the ziggurat. You know that it is about 2 hours travel from where you are.
Perfect. That sounds like a plan then. Little Hillman, you stay here, and we shall return for you tomorrow.
Suit yourself. He goes back to work.
That's just an idea. Yeah, let's... Or we could continue down the stream.
The Doorstep is always up for, like, adventure, like, insanely dangerous adventures, so the stream is the less appealing option to him.
But the ziggurat's something we've done before.
I mean, the ziggurat was empty. Like, all we'd be doing is, like, looting a ruin.
Ziggurats are never empty.
Wow, fair enough.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's rubble in
Even
there.
Doorstep knows that ziggurats are never empty.
You challenging me to make an empty ziggurat?
You roll one.
Yeah, crit fail on a D100.
Just nothing but traps.
I'm torn,
What's the
gents.
plan?
I mean, let's just go to the ziggurat, sort that out tonight, come back for this guy tomorrow.
Alright.
He means
alright.
tomorrow morning, I assume. He's ready to leave. Whatever.
Okay, we'll go ziggurat and come back in the morning.
Yeah, let's do that.
Perfect. To adventure!
To adventure. You follow the tracks that you made back to the ziggurat. And you get there unharmed. Give me a scouting roll if you'd like. A perception roll to see if you see anything on the way.